Hello and welcome to Blitzby Today. My name is Monica Krimendahl and I'm here with my business partner, Rick Hayhurst. Hey, Rick.
Hi, friends. Welcome, everyone.
And today we're really excited. We have Janette Derham here, and she was born in Dublin. She traveled the world for a lot of years, and she has some fun experiences that she can tell us about those travels around the world. Now she lives in the Netherlands with her family, and she studied for many years, and she's an integrative nutritional and wellness coach. She's also a conscious coach. And she was originally employed with Diageo, which is a global producer of a brand name alcoholic beverages. And she was a laboratory technician. And currently she is the co-owner of Unit 2+2, and she runs essenceforlife.net, a health coaching network. And she is a member of the UK board of Essence for Life and holds weekly online seminars on all subjects relating to obtaining a natural, healthy lifestyle. She calls her mission caring and sharing, meaning that her primary goal is to educate people in adapting a healthy lifestyle in all areas of their life: eating habits, educational, spiritual growth, healthy finances, accepting and loving oneself. And she also sells a line of products to sustain her mission as air and water purification, relaxing aids, grounding using quantum resonance and natural supplements. And she implements these tools to transform homes, offices, and bring nature indoors. Welcome. We are so glad to have you here.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah. And I just have to say, every time I look at you, you're like an angel. You are like glowing with that whole it's beautiful with your health and wellness background and everything that you have. So bring us backward just a little bit and tell us a story from, something from your past, something. I'd love to hear another story about your travels or how you got to be where you are now.
Well, it's a long story, but I'll make it short and sweet. I grew up in a large Irish family in a time that Ireland, there was a lot of unemployment and, struggle, poverty. I didn't grow up in poverty, but I didn't have any prospects. So it was all about getting an education, getting a good job, staying for life, and getting married and having more children. But one day I decided, is this it? Is this it? So I decided to leave everything behind, my lovely little bubble life, and go and move to Australia for 6 months. But I came back many years later, and I had actually turned myself inside out and upside down to become the person I am today, because I had been programmed from my youth in the Irish Catholic Church to be the person that I wasn't. So I am proud to say today I am a very happy and fulfilled Janette Derham.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you did the work and you found your way to all kinds of different healing techniques. And it sounds like, you have a lot of different talents and things that you can bring to the world. So let's start with what's around your neck. You want to tell us about what's around your neck?
Yeah, well, at one stage, I tend to follow my instinct, and my whole thing is about improving people's lives, whatever way I can. And I have the tools to do that. And I tend to attract really good products. And my big passion is that it should be accessible to everyone and not the happy few. So this around my neck is a stunning little unit. It's called a Solo, and it keeps your whole area around a meter around your space clean of viruses, bacteria, and dust particles. So it's kind of like a virtual mask. And it's also great because it gives people a feeling like they're not so scared, they're protected. And that's just one of many. This is like the smallest unit, and we have one for a home and one for every single building that in the world. So my big passion is to get this into every building in the whole world. So I need a lot of help.
Got it. So that's just one unit, and that's really small. And then there are other ones that are larger that get set up in the home, and then you can tell us.
One for a home. And so there's for every different, situation, there's a unit. And only recently, it's the first company in the world that has the certification that it kills SARS-CoV. So it's huge. And my big passion, I just say to people, we can save a lot of lives with this. Can you help me?
Yeah. So tell me, what is the technology? And tell me a little bit more about, I know that you were talking about there were some scientific tests done, and it's the real deal, and it's not like somebody's making this up, on their own. So tell us a little bit about the details.
Well, I think about 15 years ago, I bought an old home in the Netherlands, and it had mold problems. And a friend of mine said, listen, this company has just started in the UK. Would you like to try it to see if it solves your problem? So I thought, well, why not? So she sent it to me. And within a couple of days, I didn't have mold anymore. So basically, I just went with these under my arm, and I put them into restaurants and into old folks' homes and into people's homes. And I solved lots of problems. And I was you become so addicted to not just the technology, but how it affects people's lives. They don't have to bring their cat to an asylum because it's an asylum, they call that in Holland, because they're allergic to cats, or people with COPD. So the company actually went bust in 2009, it broke my heart. But the technical director, who became a friend of mine, he started the company again on his own, Alan Johnston. And he became my friend. And a year ago, he started in Europe. So I feel like all my Christmases have come together because I have this technology back, and the times we're in, I think it was meant to be, so I'm really, I feel very blessed.
So awesome. So awesome. So what is the technology?
Well, basically, it copies nature. And what's really interesting is that most people don't know how nature works. People will say to you, oh, yeah, I know about ionizers or UV, but this has all of nature in a box. So if you think of, when there's a storm and there's lightning, thunder and lightning. Now, before a storm, it gets very tense outside. You can feel kind of like this, I can't breathe feeling. So what happens with a storm, there's an electricity. So it creates a huge amount of ions, that's positive and negative ions. And then ozone, and the ozone is a natural cleaner. So the air gets scrubbed and the rain cleans the air. And after a storm, there's this kind of a feeling of, so it's beautiful. This is exactly nature in a box. So all of what nature does is in this technology. And instead of a machine that actually works passively, where all the air has to go through the machine, this goes after the problem. So if you think of a bacteria on a doorknob in a bathroom, a restroom, this will go and take out that bacteria instead of, so it's called the solution to the pollution. Because how can that bacteria find its way to a machine? So there's no filters, because there's no filter in the sky.
You are so beautiful. So awesome. I used to have an Alpine unit, which was an ionizer or an ozonator, and then later I think they combined with ionization technology. So is that the box is working with ozone and ionization? Is that right?
Yeah, and it's called unipolar ionization. So it's actually like, and also UV, because the sun cleans the air. It sends out, it actually activates like water vapor. So H2O becomes H2O2, which is hydrogen peroxide. So everybody knows that's really, really powerful to kill viruses and bacteria, and superoxides. And then O2 becomes O3. But not everybody's into ozone. So they have machines that don't have ozone. And believe it or not, the original was Alpine. So it started with Alpine, yeah. But it's come a long way since. Yeah, it's been around a long time, yeah.
Very cool. Well, that's awesome. I always loved that little device. I always thought it was 30 years ago that I had that and was working with that. So what a lovely device, and lovely to hear that it's got a new generation, so to speak, new developments. So how long have you been making this available in public?
Well, I gave my life and soul to this company. It originally was an MLM company, and I actually set it up. I founded it in Holland. I was barely able to speak Dutch at the time, but you know, I kind of, well, after traveling for years, I kind of dare to get out of my comfort zone. And if I find something that works, it just, you know, takes me over. So I had to translate all of the, you know, the websites, brochures. I had to do everything from scratch. And I became, of course, the top salesperson in the Netherlands. And then I went to all the conferences every year, different parts of the States, and got on stage and did the whole, you know. So, but it was like, again, the drive was to see the results of people's, that's everything I do in my life is driven by improving people's lives. If it's with an air purifier or with clean water, and I do training about what's to choose with the right foods. And also I'm a big into grounding, you know, getting our feet back on the ground. And yeah, like there's now, it's all about, you know, quantum resonance and energy medicine. That's a big, yeah, I love what's coming our way.
Great, great. Well, awesome. And so you run this as a business. And so if people want to learn about you and have conversations with you, what should they do?
Well, I have a website. It's called www.essence, that's ESSENCE, and then number 4, life.net. So I also do light and sound technology, and that's absolutely, I could stand on a, like, you know, one of these boxes in a park and tell everybody about this, but I won't because they'll put me away. But this technology, and it's no joke, it saved my sister's life. She had night terrors for about 20 years, and I have an interview with her, and she couldn't sleep and she couldn't work anymore, and she thought she was going to die, and she went to sleep clinics. And I saw this at a training, and I thought, this is going to do it for her. It took me a few years to convince her, but she put them on, and after the first night, she had no night terrors anymore. And 2 years later, she's still fine, and she's working again, and she's got a life. So really, that's so cool.
And those are the glasses, right? The
Yeah.
light and sound therapy.
Yeah, they've been around for 30 years. It's a Belgian product, and it has all the clinical tests. This basically, again, is nature, because people, half of the world, that means about 4 billion people, have sleep problems. So this actually helps with sleep and relaxation, and also stress. And it has more than 200 programs on here, and for weight loss, addictions, everything, power naps, meditations. You can choose whatever you want. And I am, you know, I bring this everywhere. This is like a part of my body. I have it beside my bed, and if in the middle of the night I wake up going, the world's going to end and we're all going to die, I put this on, and in 10 minutes I'm like, whoa, I'm off in Nana land.
Back to sleep and back to relaxation.
Yeah.
And that's what you used with your sister, right?
Yeah.
She started using the glasses with the sound. And so it's light therapy. So explain a little bit about what that is. I see that it looks like, you know, like a unit from Star Wars or something. So tell us about what it does.
Well, you know, actually NASA uses this also for, well, it wouldn't be called jet lag, spaceship lag, because, you know, that's really, really devastating to your health. All those time, you know, the time things. And what's really interesting about these glasses, first of all, it's 30 years on the market, so they know what they're talking about, is that the light goes through the top and it kind of rains down instead of going into your eyes, because there's a lot of these on the market, but they're dangerous for your eyes. So this is, it gives a kind of a feeling of infinity, so you can keep your eyes open or closed. And it uses a light, it's like a flashing light, and you can choose which program, what suits you. And we always have to start with one program that everybody needs in the world, and it's called letting go, because we are really wanting to control everything. I am in love with these because it gets people off their sleeping tablets and it takes their fear away, and everybody's very scared these days.
So good. It's really fun to hear about the products. I did go onto your website already. I'm looking at your list of products. I have some suggestions for your website. I'm just kidding.
Good, please.
We're a marketing company. We can't help it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but really lovely. In fact, you know, obviously I'm already relating to the products since I have a history with the products, but really fun. So are you actively looking for clients? You're actively supporting other people, or how is your business running?
Okay, so I've got most of the experience in Europe. So I'm doing all of the training. I have a number of distributors now because of the fact that it's new again. Like, I mean, it was with another company. So and I'm actually the face for the air purification company. And I'm also the face for the PSEO, the light and sound technology, because I just got the most experience. And, there are easier ways to make a living, but because I see the results of this, I'm just thrilled to share it. But I need to have this out there and find other people who will share it too, who want to make a difference and want to help people, because and they're also unique. Like, there's nothing else out there like these. So and I'm marketing, no, just forget. I'm not a market. I'm just very passionate about what I do. So I need help.
Awesome. And I can so appreciate that. All small business owners start with passion, with a commitment and a desire to make a contribution somewhere. So, and then a lot of times they just, none of us, we all begin somewhere, totally got it. Are you looking for distributors? Are you looking for affiliates? What kind of people are you looking for?
Well, it's not run through an affiliate program. I'm basically looking for anybody. They could even do it alongside what they're doing, because I believe now it's not about one thing anymore. It's about having lots of sources of income, not being dependent on one. So I'll just give you an example. If you're a therapist right now and you can't see your clients, you can put your own programs on the glasses, or you could rent these glasses out. And the glasses, we call the glasses brushing your teeth in between going to the dentist. And really, all I want to do is say to everyone, if we had this air technology in every building in the world, we would solve the problem that we're having right now. That's how big this is. And it has a certain unique technology in here, that this is why they've got this certification. It's called OdoGuard. And OdoGuard is a patented, it's a molecule that actually creates this, that kills the virus. And this company is the only company in the world that has this. So it's really amazing. It's incredible. I just feel it is no coincidence that this came back into my life at this time. So sowed seeds of light, you see, it makes sense after all, doesn't it?
Totally. Sowing the seeds of light, helping. I love how it's all about, really supporting other people and what are the things that we can do. The story about your sister is really touching. I know people who have PTSD. I know people who don't sleep. And it's been, it sounds like these are some options for people with some of the things that they have going on, and they can find you and check it out and have conversations with you for sure. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for all of your time and for bringing this information to us. And yes, we'll be in touch, and good luck with this. I hope more and more people can get these in their house so we can slow down the COVID. It's definitely raging out of control where I am right now. So for sure. Thank you.
I really appreciate your time, and thank you, and giving me the chance to share my story. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Both of you.